Today I want to show you how to turn your textures from this to this. So at the end of this video you know how to create perfectly seamless textures yourself. And now I'm gonna show you my workflow. I got the textures over here. One texture is from Rust. I took the photo myself. And this photo is in raw format. That means I can change the lightings afterwards. So I use Photopea. It's a free website. And when I drag this file into the website, he's loading, then you can see I can change some values and change the lighting. So if you make a photo outside, you can change the lighting and make the photo perfect. Link in the description of this website. Second thing is I got a photo over here and I make this photo with AI. Most of the time when you create a photo, it's low resolution. So I use this free program. You can download it yourself, and when you drag and drop your photo in it, you can click here on Upscale and he's gonna upscale, but you can select an AI model, and I like to use this model. So when you click on it, you can change it, but I like to keep the image sharp, so I use this one. You can play with the resolution if you want it more sharp. So link in the description, download this as well if you need to, and then we go to the next step. So I'm gonna use this picture. It's the same picture as this one, but I changed the values of it in Photopea as I showed you before. I'm gonna use Krita. So I go to File, New, and make sure it's in 2K resolution. So I click on Create. After that, I'm gonna drag and drop the image into Krita. Insert as new layer, and then if I click on this icon, you can see how it looks like. And when I click on my scroll wheel and drag, you see you got those lines over here, so it's not seamless. Today I'm going to show you how to make it seamless. So I click on the icon again. Now we're going to work on the placement of the image. So we click on the image and Ctrl T, and then you can change the image. You see on the left it's more light and on the right it's more dark, so we need to fix that. So we're going to drag this image, something like this. We can just a little bit drag it, and when you click on enter and then you go over here, you see it's looking already much better. I'm gonna tweak this a little bit more. So if you got something like this and then you do this, you see it's looking very good. So we're gonna save this image first. We're gonna export this as a PNG. So we click on the drop down menu, click on PNG, then we go to our folder. Let me see this folder, seamless, and then I say Rust 100. I'm gonna save this image and make sure only store alpha as channel is enabled. Clicking on OK. And now we got this one, right? Now we're gonna create a new file in Krita. Click on new, make sure it's 2K again. And we're gonna drag this image, we just exported it. We go to image, offset image, and we make sure we put a minus right there. We're clicking on OK. And now when we click this, you see those will be seamless. If you see to the right, this area, if we turn it on, you see this side is seamless. If we look to this left side, you see it's seamless, but only those in the middle are not seamless, right? You can see it. This one is not seamless, and this one, horizontal, vertical, is not seamless. But we're gonna export this image. We're gonna fix this. So I make sure this name will be Rust 200. I'm gonna save it in the same folder and make sure store alpha channel is enabled. Now we need to go back to Blender. So I created a new project in Blender, and we're gonna delete the cube. Click on the cube and we click on delete. Shift A, we can go to mesh and we create a plane. Now we're gonna use the free add-on called Ucupaint. Make sure you install it, easy install, edit, preference, get extension, type in Ucupaint and just install it. Then with N, you can go to the side panel, click on Quick Ucupaint Node Setup, click on OK. And now we go to the plus icon over here and we go to Open Image. We're going to search the image we just exported in Krita. I got a lot of folders, so we go to Rust Seamless, and we got the Rust 200. Click on it, and now we got the Rust image over here. We make sure we go to the top view, so we make sure we see it from the top. Then I click on the plus icon again, clicking on Open Image again, and I click on Rust 100, clicking on OK. So we got two images over here. The Rust 100, we give it a mask, so we go to mask, click on plus, and we give it a mask, new image mask. We make sure it's 2K, and I set the color to black, clicking on OK. Now I go to texture paint environment. So the next thing we need to do is when we click on X, so we make sure the black is to the right, we can paint it in. So with F we can make the brush smaller and we can just paint it in. And you see, just go over it and you see it's gonna look better. Make sure not to hit the corners, because you already know in Krita we saw that the corners are already good connected. They're already seamless. So make sure not to hit that corners. Only only those lines. And you can zoom in with the scroll wheel, you can just make sure it's set to go. We got already a good result. You can spend a little bit more time on it, so make it perfect. But for now I'm going to show you one more thing. If you go to the layer color and click on this icon, you can click on saturation and you can click on this. What you see is only gonna do this, but this is not what we want. So we're gonna remove this modifier. What we're gonna do to fix that is we're gonna go and create a layer group, and we're gonna put those layers into the group. So we click on this arrow, up arrow, move inside the group, click on another layer, click on the arrow, up arrow, move inside this group, and now we click on the group, and now we go to the channel, and now we go to the modifier tab, and now we can give it a saturation, and we can drag it, and we can play with those values. So if you want to change a little bit, you can add a lot of more things. You can change the brightness, the contrast. So if you want to play with this, now we got something like this, so we can make some changes over there. You can also add an RGB curve. You can just drag this and you can make it a little bit darker or a little bit brighter, so you can play with those values. And after that you can bake this image. So what to do, you go to this gear icon and you click bake color channel. When you do, you can change the resolution to 2K and make sure to bake device change to GPU, and then you click OK. Then he's gonna calculate it, and then you can say save as all, and then you can save this image. I got Rusty Seamless, so I go over here and I click on save, and now we save. So after baking I want to check the end result, so I got the plain color over here we just baked. I'm gonna drag it in Krita again, so I make a new layer in Krita and drag it into it, and now I click on this icon over here, and now you see it's looking way better. You see those lines are gone. So after baking it in Blender and import it in Krita, you can double check if it's seamless. You can double check it, and if it's not seamless, you go back to Blender and change it over there, and you can change the color. So I got two Jerrycans, and this is to show you before and after. The right one is before we make it seamless, and the left one is when we have make it seamless. And if I click on the Jerrycan over here, you can see I got the scale on 6200, and if I click on another object, it's the same scale. But when I scale this much further, you see we got a repeating pattern. So keep in mind this texture is seamless, but when you zoom in or scale it very far, you still see the patterns in the texture. But if I go back to the old one and I click on and I make sure it's on the same scale, so 18,900, so 80,900, you see the difference. You see this is not seamless at all. If you want to make this kind of seamless texture easier, I got a set of free brushes linked in the description. I have also got a bigger bundle with 30 plus brushes on my gun road, which I'll be covering in its own video. Did you like the video? Consider liking and subscribing on my channel. This is helping me growing here on YouTube, so I can make more videos about texturing and Ucupaint. For now I want to say thank you for watching, and I see you next time.